you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Blue Hens in Newark and Delaware Stadium. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Delaware Blue Hens. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Blue Hens will kick it away to start. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Longhorns offense will have first crack at this one. The age of the game-breaking tight end is here, Jesse. We have another guy who is threatening to redefine this position.
Yeah, we've seen over the years now the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not just blocking and catching passes. They're getting involved now in the running game. We're seeing tight ends even throw the football, David. This guy can do it all.
And why is that so difficult? Because as a defender, what do I extra linebacker on the field, or do I bring in a DB? And either way, I can be wrong. The big, strong bodies that can also be receivers and also block, they make the game easy.
Motion from the back. Scanning the field, it's Manning. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Lets it fly. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Longhorns will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Blue Hens offense will go to work for the first time today. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won, and last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and...
Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. Trying to pound their way forward, he picks up a couple to the 31. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Intercepted for the 11th time. Trying to take it back. At the 30. 10. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown Longhorns! It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn it on the Jets, making the big play.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. He'll start this drive going to the air. Got a man. It's Clement. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. And the Blue Hens in a good spot here with 2nd and short. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. The Blue Hens can really attack on this 2nd and short. Here's the handoff. Plows through the defense.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. He'll sneak it.
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in a game 4th and inches, and he'd signal in red Snoopy. Quarterback sneak. It works every time.
Grab behind the line. It's Clement. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Back open in the middle. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. And the Blue Hens really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. Breaks into the open. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. The Blue Hens come to the line with a new set of downs. Got his man on the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Caught near the sticks. It's Tyree. Run out of bounds. They'll spot him at the 24. And the Blue Hens pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Throws for the tight end. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Hens! A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
And the Longhorns with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. They'll ride the hot hand. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Caught in the backfield, it's Odom. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The kick is on its way. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. Okay, guys, here comes the Delaware offense onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that fires one high and deep. And a penalty flag comes in as that one falls incomplete, but this is going to be a positive play for the offense. Defense with pass interference coming.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. With the catch, it's Thurman. Crosses the 30, he's got away. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Thomas. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. A shot toward the end zone. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got his man downfield. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Now the play fake. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Intercepted to stop the threat. We've come to the end of the period. It's Delaware holding the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Pulls and fires complete. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Back to pass. Under fire. Keeps looking downfield. Keeps it himself and gets the first. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. They'll send the tight end in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Out of the backfield, he's open.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Clement. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Here's the pressure. Got his man on the outside. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Trying to keep this drive alive. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
At the 42. Result of play is a turnover on downs.
Looking for room. It's Baxter. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. The Longhorns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Right back to the well. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The running back has it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Manning. It's complete to the right. No chance to run, but still a good gain. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Quick strike through the air for the score. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? You peek in the backfield and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost him, Reese.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's recap that Big 12 matchup that just went final moments ago. Iowa State notched a victory in enemy territory, and though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from Ames is worth its weight in gold to the Cyclones. Just another week in the Big 12 where anything can happen on any given Saturday. As we send things back to you guys.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man to the left. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Offside. Defense.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Pulls it in. It's Tyree. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long.
Brings up 2nd down.
Looking to fire. Catch in the middle. It's Thurman. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Caught in the backfield. It's Thurman. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down.
2nd down.
He wants to throw it again. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And this defense doing a really good job with situational football. Both drives. Last drive gave up some yards, 0 points. This drive forcing a 3rd and long. You bring on the pass rushers. You get after them in a predictable situation.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. The Blue Hens will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Snagged out of the air.
On the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Trying play action. fires to the tight end. There he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Looking downfield, it's Manning. He's going for a big play downfield. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass? They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Leaves it with the running back. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Speeding down the left side. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And now the Blue Hen offense onto the field. The hand to the running back. Got the first down, looking for more. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Thurman. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Loss of 2. 2nd down coming up.
Back to pass on 2nd down. He's got the back in the middle. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. And the Blue Hens come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Grab near the sticks. It's Thomas. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Clement. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. Oh, they're after him. Fires to the wideout. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be 4th down. The Blue Hens decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Sends it back in motion. Dropping back, it's Manning. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Unloads to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Wingo. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a first down, and they have to show some urgency here. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Wingo. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. And the Longhorns can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give on the inside. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. He's got him. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. He wants to throw it. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Texas! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. From inside the 10, here he comes. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. Perfect chance for us to put the first 2 quarters under the microscope. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to watch this one unfold. Back to our guys in the booth.
The Longhorns will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Guys, the Blue Hen offense going to work. They start this 3rd quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now. And turning it on! Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Makes the grab on 3rd. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And you'd like to see the defense play a little bit tighter on those short yard situations. They give up the first down, and they better get ready because you can tell they're right back on the ball to run another play.
Pulls it in.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Blue Hens come to the line with a new set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Delaware. They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
Well, I'll sometimes you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him, and the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. And you could see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
PAT unit on the field.
For the extra point.
And they make the extra point to draw closer. It's 28-17. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big Ten action today. A couple of teams who have had this game circled on the calendar for some time. Penn State handled its business today away from home. What a thorough beatdown. And what poise this generally young team showed. I think even other coaches will point to this one as what's possible. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Got it in the middle. It's Wingo. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. To the air. It's Manning. Pocket breaking down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Now, this is exactly what you needed to see from this defense to start the second half. If you're down, you got to create some momentum. You got to get your offense a little bit excited. Nice job creating the sack. Perfect start to the second half of this defense.
And the Longhorns will punt this one away.
Formation to kick it away.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Guys, the Delaware offense going back to work. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Leaves it with the back. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Tight end now in motion. To the air on first down. On target.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for it all. Touchdown, Blue Hens! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
They're going to go ahead and go for 2 here and try to make it a field goal game. Wide receiver going in motion. Caught in the backfield. It's Clement. Tripped up for the tackle. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
Back to pass, it's Manning. They're setting up the screen. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. He works his way to the 21-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. They punt it away on 4th down. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Hold it, finds his man on the left. Tried to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Clement. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
First down for the offense.
He leaves it with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd down.
Wants to go up top. A shot toward the end zone. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to run it. Get all you can, then get down with the slide. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Splits the uprights. Good. That slices the lead to 2.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to...
Oh, he's got some space. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And just like they drew it up, right? Put it on the ground, get the 1st down. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. The play action fake. Makes the catch. It's Wingo. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a 1st down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll send the back in motion. Oh, better look out! He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Longhorns are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. This is a makeable field goal distance, but this offense is thinking touchdowns. They'll go for it on 4th. And he's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his back in the middle. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This should be the last play of the quarter. Hands it off. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a 1st down, and we'll see if they get another playoff here in the 3rd. These 2 quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Not only only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Tyree. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Another first down.
Power football with the run. Hard running there.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. From the gun on third down. Under fire. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Blue Hens will call on their punt team. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Here comes the Texas offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
A strike downfield. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. The give to the lone running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Quick release on the RPO. And the spin move bought him a little time, just not a lot of yardage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a third and long. Back to throw, it's Manning. Tight end finds a soft spot. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. Out of the gun to give to the back. Breaks into the open. The 20. He's at the... And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Longhorns! That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive. Just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy has been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 9 here in the fourth. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Man, we have a winner between Ohio State and Illinois. Who's taking home the Illabuck? Let's find out. Ohio State found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win. But this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Columbus. Really unexpected outcome in this intriguing Big Ten matchup, and the type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Lining up from the 34 on first down. A little too anxious to get started on the outside, and that's a false start.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. They'll go to the ground. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. So now it's second and long. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And the Blue Hens have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the 4th quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Great place to start for this offense. Give to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Running behind that left side. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. Here's a heat. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it up. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this rep. They win up front, get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
The Longhorns will punt it away on 4th down. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this drive with a pass. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for in a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few 1st downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Unloads quickly. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. Back to throw, it's Manning. Firing for the end zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Texas. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And that's a really nice drive by this offense. They didn't get too conservative. They put the drive together. Now, the biggest thing for me, now the other team has to score 2 touchdowns. And that's the goal you want. You always want to make it as hard as possible. This offense executing in the 4th quarter. Nice job.
Trying to surge it in. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The 2-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. First play of the drive, wants to throw. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle, it's Clement. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Tyree. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
The Blue Hens are in the hurry-up. Wants to throw again. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. Caught behind the line. It's Clement. Bounced out of bounds at the 43-yard line. And the Blue Hens have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Tyree. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. The give to the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires to the tight end. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. There he goes. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Motion from the wideout. They'll try the left side. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Dropping back, it's Manning. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And with things in their favor on the scoreboard, the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook. The old kneel down from victory formation. oldest stadium in the country, Vaught Hemingway in Oxford, Mississippi, home of the Ole Miss Rebels, where the fans never lose a tailgate and don't plan on losing the game today. What we have in store for you today, a clash between a couple of SEC teams that could have season-long ramifications. As we'll see, the Delaware Blue Hens taking on the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Blue Hens will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense will come out first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the run.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And that's the first sack of the day, but I'll tell you what, this team's been doing it so far throughout the season. They're in the top 10 in sacks for a reason. They pin their ears back, and they get after quarterbacks.
And the Rebels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Off play action. Unloads to the right. Got him downfield. And he's wrestled to the ground. The Rebels want to move quickly. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And that's a great job by this defense, limiting the yards after catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands, and he gets the ball out quick, gets it to him. Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things happen. That ball pops out, you recover it, a forced turnover.
Offense in a bunch formation. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Catch in the middle, it's Thomas. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Grabs it in the middle. Now the connection takes it to the 11. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Got the quick pass. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the 1st without scoring. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Delaware. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does, takes advantage of great field position.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Complete to the left. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Swings it out to the flat. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This all
just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
He has been terrorizing quarterbacks all year long. That now his 10th sack of the season. He's got speed. He's got power. He's going to play on Sundays, and he is not cooperating with this offense's game plan.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. And the Rebels send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Okay, guys, here comes the Delaware offense onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Finds a man on the left. And the big gain, they've got it on the 46.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Thurman. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They'll line up for a second down play. They'll move the tight end. Gonna look downfield again. He's got his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. They'll try to sneak it. He has the first and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Caught in the backfield, it's Clement. Turning it on. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. From the red zone, looking for a space. And they won't make the connection, going for the big play. High the chains now on second and long. Looking to fire. Caught over the middle. It's Thurman. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. Never a doubt. And that lead grows even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the ACC, which is why this one is notable. North Carolina is down right now, but that kid on the defensive side, I know this is a big statement, but he looks like a young Lawrence Taylor. Do not rule out a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Virginia Tech. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
Oh, now picked off. What a play to set him up. What a nice play, and even with the short return, they're in scoring position at the 18.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense put you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Fires deep toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. So now on comes the field goal unit. This one will be a 45-yard attempt, and he'll kick it from the left side. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And now the lead is even bigger.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Off the play fake on first down. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to pass. It's Beck. This one's complete. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. The Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw for it. Snagged in the middle. It's Clark. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Ray. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Offense in the hurry-up. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Finds his tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. And the Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Pressure coming. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. The Rebels line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They'll give it to the back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. And the Blue Hens in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll go right back to him. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. The Blue Hens can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. A big 3rd down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. From the gun, wants to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield. 4th down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. From the gun, the ground game. Got enough for the 1st. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the 2nd quarter. We've come to the end of the period. It's Delaware holding the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Trying to set up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. And the Blue Hens trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Quickly complete. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. 3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here, just don't take a negative play. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Delaware! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They really needed to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. That's caught. It's Ray. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And the Rebels in the hurry up. Back to pass. It's Beck. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30. It's 3rd and short. Got it in the middle. It's Lee. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Got it in the middle. It's Coleman. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. The Rebels are on the move.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They go to the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Ray. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. But starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. On the move. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking to throw, it's Beck. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Ole Miss! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into it.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And now the Blue Hen offense onto the field. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Got a man, it's Clement. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
The Blue Hens will try to pin them back with the punt. He'll try to really get into this one. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Ray. Dragged down at the 46 after a pickup of 5 and the first down. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
And now on second down for this offense. Caught in the backfield. It's Lee. Breaks into the open. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. He knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but
Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
and I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
From the gun, the running back has it. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. To the ground, he's got it again. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Grabbed over the middle, it's Thomas. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Blue Hens line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. Hunt is in the air on fourth down. Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. And the returner is stopped. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Throws to the wideout. And the timing just a hair off. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. Looking for a man. It's Beck. The short hands. It's Coleman. Gets it up to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referee signaled for the 2-minute timeout. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Holds it in on the left. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. The Rebels getting set on 1st and 10. Makes the grab. It's Bloomberg. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Catch in the middle, it's Lee. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. They just keep firing. Rushes on him. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. And the Rebels moving quickly to the line. To the air on second down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Ray. And they swarm him under. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Rebels are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Quick catch on third down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on first and 10. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Got it behind the line. It's Lee. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 13. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking downfield, it's Beck. Zings it complete to the right. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. To the ground to try to move the chains. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. They're going to run it. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. They'll try to pass it in on third and goal. Touchdown, Ole Miss! Better fasten those seatbelts. These offenses are cruising.
And with that score, they now tie the game. The extra point will give them the lead. Maybe they'll be able to take that lead in at halftime. That is huge for their momentum. That touchdown, massive for their confidence as well. And they're going to have to make a few tweaks here at halftime. They're going to have to do things a little bit differently in the second half. But no doubt about it, that touchdown was huge for this offense.
And the extra point puts them on top by one. So that was a methodical 17-play drive for the touchdown. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Handoff to the single running back. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A memorable first half of football so far today in Oxford. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's head back to the Grove and our fellas at Vaught Hemingway Stadium.
And the Rebels will kick it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, the Blue Hen offense going to work. They'll open the second half with a run. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26. The Blue Hens with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. And the Blue Hens want to pick up the tempo. They're going to ride this running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to swing it on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Clement. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
The Blue Hens have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Pulls it in, it's Clement. And the defense jumps on him, they get that turnover.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Caught over the middle. It's Coleman. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain. Offense has it at the 28 on first down.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Looking to throw, it's Beck. Using the quick game. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down. The Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. No fair catches here, looking for room. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Off-play action on first down. Fires to the wideout. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Running back searching for a hole. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Snagged in the middle. It's Thurman.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of that.
He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. He's brought down a short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover 1, man coverage, and did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage, you jam them, and it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process, and that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. Looking for a man. It's Beck. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. And the Rebels will line up to punt it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
And the Blue Hens now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Thurman. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Blue Hens will have it 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. Makes it past the marker. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. To the air on first down. Fires to the big fella. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Tyree. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A big third down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's got his man. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Looks as if they're going to pass on a chance to take the lead with the field goal and go for it. There he goes. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. Trying to run it in. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Wants to go up top. Looking for the goal line. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Blue Hens! They take the lead with the 6. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Right on the money. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Got it in the middle, it's Ray. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Rebels headed quickly to the line.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's throwing over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Quick screen to the speedster out wide. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Guys, the Delaware offense going back to work. Pulled and fired complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll try the run. And he is stopped for no gain, and that will bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Blasted as he lets it go. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Blue Hens decide to punt it away. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
A safe call on the wide receiver screen. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day. Looking to throw, it's Beck. Here comes the heat. It's complete to the left. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. Okay, guys, here comes the Delaware offense onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Got his man quickly. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. The give to the back. Running into the open space. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Back to pass. Good timing on the quick out. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Blue Hens come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Tyree.
Nice patience by the quarterback there. He had his receiver running a crossing route, but the QB knew it was zone coverage, so he's got to be careful and make sure that he hits him in a window. He did that right there.
With the catch, it's Thomas. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Caught close to the marker, it's Clement. They'll get him out of bounds and mark it at the 21. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
I think if you're the head coach here, it's a bit of a mixed reaction to your passing attack so far in this game. Put up a bunch of yards throwing the football, you've lit up the scoreboard, but you've also given up 4 sacks. Pass protection has been a problem so far in this game.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. looking to fire. Bears the pressure. Turning it on. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on third down. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Caught behind the line. It's Thurman. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10. So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammerlock if they can score and bleed the clock. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Delaware. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this two-game slide.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the two-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, fellas. Ohio State is currently ahead in this one, but they're not exactly putting the Buckeye leaves on those helmets just yet. This is a tight one in Columbus. They're up by just 2 over Rutgers. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
I think at this point of the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
The give on the option. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Catch in the middle. It's Watkins. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point in the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. To throw, it's Beck. He's got his man across the middle. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Rebels will hustle to the line. From the gun, to give, looking for room. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Coleman. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Catch in the middle. It's Clark. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! Fit it in the window for the score. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
If momentum momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back and keep that momentum going.
And he made the extra point without problem. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Grab behind the line. It's Tyree. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's Tyree. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. He was really beating himself up over that interception and that loss last week. I know he's thrown a pick in this one, but he's looked much more certain.
And what you ask quarterbacks to do nowadays and how much you put on their plate, one mistake is...
Oh, he's got some space. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Blue Hens will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking left. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. Back to throw, it's Beck. That's reeled in, it's Ray. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Back to pass on 2nd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Snagged in the middle. It's Watkins. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. From the gun. Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tight in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Wide out trying to get it in. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. Trailing and getting deep in the game, they'll go for it here on 4th and goal. Pushes toward the goal line. Stopped short of the marker. And they stop for this defense and they get the ball back. The Blue Hens backed up deep in their own end, trying to create, breaks into the open. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game.
And that's good enough for 1st down.
You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps, they've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.